doing our laundry at the clubhouse as usual. That's why I like that song Ordinary, their video on my playlist. And walk, don't run. You usually see that at a pool. But they told me this prior to even coming here. They told me to put on my Maisie Star, She's My Baby song. I'll put it on my May playlist, but if you go back to my very first playlist, one's called Becky, one's called Booby, and you go ahead and check them out. You can find out Maisie Star music. Okay, so we have the sun randomly at the bottom. But we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of shuffling. This is the Biblical Tarot deck. So I'm going to be giving you Bible verses to look up if you want. And whatever else comes out. Astro wants me to tell you a couple things. One is I just got done taking a shower this morning, right before I walked over here. Whatever we were doing in Astro last night, it left me feeling very, very dirty, dusty, dirty. So we were doing some hard labor last night. Good to see Lee on the live. Nice to be here. Yes, nice to be here. She used to live here with me. Okay, so now she lives in another state. But she got a regression, and you can check it out on my regressions. And she's the leader of a kingdom, an animal kingdom. So she's doing the animal thing for sure in Astro. Jacqueline was a scientist, and Susan's a reviver of worlds, and I'm a creator of worlds. So, okay, bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Pentacles, which is the 10 of grains, which is God's promise to Abraham. So God's just saying that he's going to give you what he promises you. God is not going to let you down. And then the walk, don't run, what I was getting at with that was, you usually see that at the pool, and I didn't even know I was going to be here doing that, because they were basically talking about the lyrics to She's My Baby from Maisie Star, where the girl is walking alone. The Astro was telling me that last night we did a lot of work in Astro, cleaning up the mess. Okay, getting dirty, getting our hands and feet into the dirt, right? Really getting some stuff done. But what they were telling me on the way here is that, like Susan's regression, her twin left 6 years ago, and he's been in Astro ever since, trying to get her to snap out of her depression and grieving and get rid of her attachments and realize that he is with her in 5D and higher every night. And I've been telling you guys that you do have your twin with you every night. But whether they're going to come in and get a body again, some of them are not coming back to get a body. Okay, they're not going to do a walk-in. If they're already deceased, they're not going to do a walk-in, and they're just going to wait for you to get to 5D and higher for good. For those of you that still have a physical twin, we're bringing them in to the movie, so you're going to be meeting them. So get yourself outside, get yourself in the public, get yourself available and balanced to meet them. Okay, because God is going to give you what he's promised. Now this says Genesis chapter 13, verse 15. All the land that you see I will give to you and your offspring forever. And we are his offspring. So we will get what we deserve. Now, another thing that I want to mention is that a lot of us are not going to stay here. and do our projects. A lot of us are going to stay 5D and higher and come back and help you all. Okay, so I'm leaning more towards I'm probably going to be one of them that just come back and help you all because we're just so old and we've only come here to finish this. Okay, let's get a reading. Underneath the Ten of Pentacles, we have the King of Cups. So everything that I just said about the twins and the mission partners are what this card is telling me. Nehemiah rebuilding Jerusalem. Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 17. Come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be in disgrace. That's exactly what I'm talking about, where we are going to rebuild what has been destroyed. Atlantis, Tartaria, all these civilizations that have been built are going to come back, and we are also going to rebuild this earth, so it's no longer a prison planet. So it's really heavy. It's like the energy right out here right now. It's misting and it's gray. It doesn't know if it wants to cry or smile. But God is saying that it's a 10 card. It's a 10 of Pentacles, a 10 card. He's going to promise you that you are going to rebuild what was destroyed and what has been destroyed. So walk, don't run. I keep getting sidetracked on what they meant by that. They meant when you're running that race and you can see that everybody's way behind you, you can slow down and walk, don't run. And that's where we're at. Everybody's way behind us. I'm drawn to the road on this card. We're running that race that I was telling you that felt so heavy the other day. But now I look behind us, nobody's behind us. We're so far ahead of the opposition. One, they can't touch us, but two, we can slow down now. We can walk, not run. So that's really important. Walk, don't run. Okay, we're going to pull some cards from the top. We've got the soul, creation of a living being. That's the most powerful card I can pull in this deck. It's the 0 card. So it's telling you that this is you walking alone, your soul, nobody else's is completing this race. It's you. And I told you that yesterday. I said, don't fuck it up because you're the only one that can get in your own way. Now you cannot listen and you can say, no, I'm going to keep running and then fall down and get hurt. You can keep running and die of exhaustion. Okay. You can take this soul card and realize that this is your soul we're talking about. Nobody else's. And the reason I keep saying that is because it's not about your husband. It's not really about your mission partner. It's not really about your family or your pets. It's about your soul. Now I see a bright white light back here, and it looks like these cards. You see the bright white light on that card, and you see the bright white light in this card. I'm just drawn to the explosions of light. That's the angels around us. Then we have the Emperor card right after the Soul card. So I don't know, you can't really get very much higher than that except for the Hierophant. So the Emperor underneath the Soul card. And then we have the 7 of Chalices, which says, okay, now this says King Solomon. Let's go back to the Emperor. King Solomon. You might want to read up about him. And creation of a living being. I told you that I was a creator. That's my title. And your title, we don't know, but I know Susan's is reviver. 7 of Chalices is the temptation of Christ. So the only thing they're trying to warn us about in Matthew chapter 4, verse 9, the number 7 card, and this I will give you, he said, if you bow down and worship me, is to not to fall back into matrix thinking. Don't fall back into addictions and materialism is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing and negativity, discouragement. Pick yourself up by the bootstraps, look behind you and see that there's nobody behind you, that you're walking alone, and that you've won the race. You can see the line right there. Nobody's behind you. You won. So walk, don't run. You have lots of temptations coming in. It's not a card about confusion. It's not a card about choices. It's a card that says you're going to get at least 7 temptations coming at you, because this is like that final stretch. And if you don't want to walk and you want to run, well, you do fall down, sprain your leg. Now you don't win because they came trampled right over you. You were laying there with a broken or a sprained ankle and they ran right through you and they won. So the temptations, again, like yesterday when I said, you don't get in your own way because you're the only one that can fuck this up, is what I meant. Okay, so you have to be like Samuel, the boy prophet. You might want to look up, this is card 11, the page of chalices, the page of cups. You may want to look up, we have 1 Samuel chapter 3, verse 10. The Lord came and stood there calling, as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel said, speak, for your servant is listening. That was the other warning, besides walking, not running, meaning slow down, okay, is listen. A lot of you aren't listening. It's going in one ear, out the other. Even Susan said a lot of times she listens, but she doesn't do, or she doesn't even listen. And, you know, me and Susan have been talking a lot lately, and all of you are with me in Astro, so we're all talking all the time, and everybody seems to be having this problem. Who do I listen to? What do I listen to? Who do I believe? Who do I not believe? And again, Astro's just shouting this part on walking alone, slowing down, listening to him, listening to the message through me. Very important, very important. 2 of feathers, God tests Abraham's faith. So again, it's back to the 7 temptations I was talking about. Then God said, take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain that I will show you. Genesis 22:2. 3 2s there. It's a 2 card. So another test of faith. You know, you see where the 7 of chalices comes in, and I said challenges, 7 of challenges. It's not about confusion. It's not about options. It's about challenges. So just like, could you sacrifice your only son for God? Okay, now with that, they're saying, okay, that might sound far-fetched, but how many of you are not doing your mission because, oh, I can't leave my family, oh, I can't leave my job, oh, I can't because of. See, that's all, again, part of this. Okay, then we're going to go to the 4 of feathers, Elijah's retreat into silence. So again, that walking alone. 1 Kings 19, verse 12. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper. We just had an outbreak of tornadoes in the Midwest. We're having all kinds of weird things happen. I've told you about the energy of losing pets and people just like that, homes, jobs. God is not in that. He's in the aftermath. He's in the gentle whispering after that. And he wants us to check out Elijah's retreat into silence and go into silence. And that's why Maisie Starr, Mary of Silence, is my favorite song by Maisie Starr. So please check out my Becky and my Booby playlist, my very first 2 playlists. Okay, we're going to wrap this up because it's definitely walking alone, going in silence, listening to God, not anybody else, and realizing that God is not in the catastrophes that are happening. He's in the gentle whisper after the catastrophe. And we're going to end up with the 6 cards, 6 of cups, Jesus and the children. When Jesus saw this, he was indignant. He said to them, "Let the little children come to me and do not hinder, for the kingdom of God belongs to such as these." Mark 10:14. Okay, that's it. Jesus says he's with us. We are his children. We are them children on the card. And it's about the children that we're saving out of the tunnels. It's the mission. So we've got the world mission and we've got our soul. Remember the soul card? It's about you. It's about your soul. It's not about your family, even though you say, well, those are children. Yes, they are, but they need to do their own assignment. You need to do your own assignment. And that is our world mission. So with or without a partner in the physical realm, know that you have a partner and many other spirit team in the astral. So here, right now, you're being told to go within. You're going to have a bunch of challenges coming up. God is not in the catastrophes. He's in the whisper. Listen. Listen. Jesus has got this. Jesus and the spirit team, we all got you. I am Miss Mystic, 1717 on the clock. Thank you for listening.